Hi guys, welcome to chapter 6, section 1, the rise of Islam. You can see right here we've got just a timeline outlining the major points of the life of Muhammad. He's the founder of Islam. I don't need to explain this to you because you can see the timeline right in front of you here. So let's dive right in and go a little bit more in depth into his life, the situation in the Arab world before he was around, and then when he dies in 632, we'll end today's notes. So here you've got the Arabian Peninsula, right? You've got to know this. There's a lot of desert in this area, but it wasn't just a desert. It was an important trading area. You had two big empires up over here, and up over here, and up over here. I'm going to show you in a second in the next slide. But this is an important trading route. You had a lot of traders going down this way here. So the city of Mecca, where Muhammad's from, which is right about here, that becomes an important trading city, which is going to matter in Muhammad's life. Here's a little bit of a better context to put it in for you here, right? You've got the Eastern Roman Empire up here in the purple. And you've got the new incarnation of the Persian Empire over here in the green. Obviously, Alexander conquered the old Persian Empire, but something like it comes back based in the area of modern-day Iran. Now, the Eastern Roman Empire, again, still around. We're not quite calling it the Byzantine Empire yet, but there's a lot of trading and stuff that goes on that goes down to Mecca, which is where, again, Muhammad is originally from. Just a word now about Muhammad's life. All right, he was orphaned at a young age, but then later on becomes a self-made, prosperous merchant, which again was an opportunity available in that city, but you had to have some skills to do it. And again, he's a self-made man, by all accounts, very clever. And he's disturbed. He's disturbed by what he sees as the gap between the corrupt elites in his city who are getting all rich and being all mean, and the good, decent, hardworking sort of regular people. So he's sort of bothered by this, and much like we've seen religious leaders do in the past, he sort of goes off. He goes away from everything, and while he's away from everyone, he has this vision, and then in the vision, the religion is that he spoke to this angel, and he comes back. The point for us is that he comes back with the Quran, this holy book of Islam, delivering the main messages of his new religion. It's a monotheistic religion. The area was not monotheistic before. The Arab peoples prior to this were polytheistic, but his new religion that he's now coming down with, the religion of Islam, is monotheistic, and it has other major points as well that we'll get to later on in a further slide. So he goes away, has this vision, comes back with the Quran, and starts preaching this message in the city of Mecca. His first convert is his wife, who's this wealthy widow that will become more important in later sections. But he converts her. He converts some other people. Again, he's a prosperous merchant, so he's a respected person, and he begins to convert lots of folks. The elites of the city aren't too pleased with this, so they drive him and his followers out. And that's what you see in this little arrow here, right? They force Muhammad and the people that he has managed to convert already. You see the little red arrow here, up and over, and they have to leave Mecca. They have to go to Medina. So they're forced to leave in 622. But meanwhile, now while he's in Medina, he continues to gather more support. He gathers more followers. And a key part of this is that Muhammad is both a political and a religious leader. All right, so he's not just a religious leader. He's also a political leader. He's gathering followers, and these followers don't just believe in the religion that he's preaching to them. They also follow him politically. So what this means is that Muhammad, when he's got these guys following him, not only gets them to, believe in the precepts of the Quran, but also they follow him, in his army. He also becomes the head of an army. And in 630, having gained many more followers, he comes back to Mecca with an army of 10,000 men. And he basically comes back to Mecca and says, "Hey, what now?" And Mecca, Mecca surrenders. He takes over Mecca, and Mecca becomes basically the heart of Islam and remains so today. Just 2 years after his triumphant return, Muhammad dies in 632. But the movement does not, as we'll see in lectures, tomorrow and throughout the rest of this chapter. So what was the message of Islam? Well, it's nicely broken down right here. This is the way that Islam structures it itself. These are the 5 pillars of Islam, right? And you don't need me to read them to you because you can read them right here. Everyone's supposed to make a pilgrimage to Mecca once in their lifetime. You are supposed to fast during Ramadan. You're supposed to give your wealth to the poor, pray 5 times a day, and believe that there is only one God. Right here is a picture of many people. These are all like people right here on the pilgrimage to Mecca, which is in modern-day Saudi Arabia. So we'll talk more about this tomorrow, but this should give you a good overview of everything that we're going to talk about.